In this video, we're going to demonstrate importing NEI GPR point, Nonpoint, Nonroad, and Onroad data into your TEISS project. So the first thing you want to do is save the zipped NEI GPR data file that we provided to you in the course folder that you made on the hard drive of your computer. What you then need to do is extract or unzip that file using a zip utility program such as WinZip or Zip Central. On this computer, I have already extracted those files. If you do need assistance extracting the files or unzipping them, please let us know and we can assist you with that. So after you unzip the files, what you need to do is open up the TEISS project that you started in your previous module. So we go to the Start menu, and we find TEISS View. We click on the OK button, and we click Open. And what should come up here is the most recent TEISS project that you have opened. And in my case, that's the everytribeaz.tsp file. If it's not there, you should check your logbook to see what you named that project and where you put it, and then you can navigate to that project. So I'm going to click everytribearizona.tsp, then click Open. And the application credential screen comes up as usual. I type my password at capital T EISS. I click on the OK button. And the TEISS project will open relatively quickly. So we see our map. And what you want to do when you have your TEISS project open is go to the NEI button here and click on it. Then you want to find Import EIS XML and click on that. And that opens up the screen where you specify what XML files you want to import. So we're going to start with point sources. So I click first on the Import Point Sources checkbox, and what that does is makes these buttons here become usable buttons. And this button here is where you specify what file you want to import. So it's like a browse button. So you click on that, and now you've got to find your folder on the hard drive of your computer that you saved the XML files in. So I'm going to do that on this computer. And this shows the XML files that are available for import. And what you have to do here is be careful that you import the correct file relevant to the tab that you have. So we're working on point, so we want to make sure we click select point here. If it turns out you selected the wrong one and then clicked on the open button, you'd get an error message there. So I'll click on point and click open. And this is important here in the import options. All locations is what's highlighted. So if you did all locations, that would import every single county that's included in that file. And if there are a lot of counties in the state, or if there are a lot of sources, that is going to take a lot of time. So what we recommend is importing no more than 3 counties at a time. In this particular example, I'm just going to import 1 county. So I'm going to click Selected Locations, and then I'm going to find my county of interest, which is Coconino County, and select that. Since I'm only importing 1 county, I'm going to go ahead and import the Nonpoint, Nonroad, and Onroad data concurrently. But if you have other things that you're doing on your computer at the same time, you might not want to do that because it takes TEISS some time to import these files, and it makes the other processes on your computer run pretty slow, so it might be frustrating if you're trying to do something else on your computer at the same time that you're importing these files. So you can always just import them one at a time if you want to do that. But I'm going to import them concurrently, so I'll click on the Nonpoint tab. Again, I'll click on the button that's adjacent to import Nonpoint sources. Then I'll browse. And since I just specified where these files were, that pops up automatically. So I'll go ahead and select Nonpoint. Selected locations. And we find Coconino County. And then we go to Nonroad next. Same process, click the checkbox, browse. Those files have already been found since we've imported them for point and non-point. Click on Nonroad, click open. Then we do selected locations and click Coconino. Onroad. Click the box adjacent to import Onroad sources. Click on the folder. Find the Onroad file. Click open. Click selected locations. And click Coconino. I'm just going to do a quick review to make sure I only selected Coconino for each of these tabs. Looks good. So we're ready to proceed with the import. And I click on the import button. And now, depending on how fast your computer is, this might take up to 10 minutes if you have a lot of counties selected. But we'll see how long this takes this computer to do. Point sources have been completed, so we're waiting on the non-point Onroad and Onroad sources. These should be a little quicker than the point sources, but you never can tell. Seems like it's taking a while, so I'm going to pause this video, and when it has completed, I will unpause and we'll continue. Alright, so everything got imported correctly, and when that is done, we get this import successfully completed, very reassuring message, and we click on the OK button on that. Now you can see in Coconino County, Arizona, this is the big green area here, we can see that our point sources have imported because they're the little blue squares on the map, and with the other sources, we can't see them directly because they're a compilation of sources over the entire county, so they just show up as a color on the map. But we can tell that they're imported if we look at our legend. Sorry about that. And on the right, we can see that the Nonpoint, Nonroad, and to the bottom there, the Onroad, have been imported, so we can tell that those are in there. There's also something to notice here is that the Nonroad and the Onroad data, often they come in above the reservation level, and that makes it difficult to see your reservation. So since that information is not telling us much, that layer is not telling us much, we can just turn off that layer, and we can do that by clicking on it here. So if you click on the box that's adjacent to the Nonroad mobile sources, that removes that one, and this one will remove the Onroad mobile sources from your map. And if you want to add them again, you can click on the checkboxes again to put those back in, and we'll be going over more about how to manipulate your map in a future module.